back on you.
Happening to Diddy right now?
Listen, I feel like I wish I had met him. I would put my little lawsuit in. But
Excuse me, so you can be traumatized?
No, I don't want that level. I want the little light lawsuits that's been going on.
What light ones?
There's been a couple little light ones.
He just got $100 million because he touched somebody's booty, apparently.
See, I can handle that.
Do something change. See? She want to do something strange for a little change. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Giggles and Goals. My name is Leonie.
I'm Crystal-Dior.
And today we're talking about a multitude of things.
Yeah, I mean, we kind of were talking about a little bit of the theme in there. Mm-hmm. Money.
Yes, and business.
Money runs the world.
Yes, money does run the world. But let's get into the whole thing because there's a caveat I think to this first story. So
okay,
our one-liners. So let's do that.
Ahead.
So mine is some of us will do something strange for a little change, and I might be one of them.
What?
I'll do a little something strange for a little change.
What kind of strange? We're gonna leave that alone. We're not even gonna. We're not going to go deeper into that.
I'm a Christian woman.
I went the whole opposite direction of my one-liner. Okay, shout out to Bo who told me about the scripture. I didn't know about the scripture. Okay, so Ecclesiastes 10:19. A feast is made for laughter, wine makes life merry, and money is an answer for everything. Okay. Do you know that's in the Bible?
No, money isn't. But what about how money is the root of all evil?
Listen, I read it in 3 different versions, and all ends with money.
I need some exegetical theologians.
Let us know
to break this down for me.
I got in a whole debate, and I was like, "That's not in the Bible," and they pulled it up, and I was like, that is in the Bible.
So let's figure out what that means, and we'll come back to y'all on that one.
We'll get back to you.
Okay.
But who said that?
So I got a different who said that today.
And I feel like I'm not gonna like this. Go ahead.
Oh, okay.
I don't be knowing people. I be getting all the people wrong.
You might know this, so don't count yourself out just yet. Okay. Anybody who's hearing this, they should know immediately. We'll see. Just let you know how old you are.
We're doing Name That Song, by the way.
Yes, Name That Song.
Might need to turn it up. Oh, I know the song. Money, money, money. Okay. I don't know who sings it. Money.
All right.
Who sings it?
Tell me what old school bands you do know. The names.
I know Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Okay.
Band, right? I know Maze.
Okay.
Frankie Beverly just passed not that long ago. R.I.P.
Right.
I know money. Who could that be? I know Earth, Wind, and Fire, Maze.
Do you know who? I don't know if it's Eddie or Gerald Levert.
Yeah.
Okay. Which group was he in?
Oh, dang. Wait. No, not the Ice Brothers. Dang. Dang. I know. Oh man.
Yeah, it was Eddie Levert.
What's the name of the group? I don't know.
The OJs.
The OJs. Oh, I knew that.
That's one of those like songs when you first hit the first chorus. It's like, oh, immediately.
This is at the family barbecue, at every wedding, at every 50th birthday party. This is there.
Yes. That's what they start doing it as I don't know if people do this as a Black tradition at weddings, but when you know how Nigerians do like the money dance,
yeah, they
should start doing for African American weddings and play the OJs. Let's add the money dance to our wedding and then play the OJs.
Like literally, the back of my mind, I'm like, maybe I just need to marry like a Nigerian or something so I can have a money dance. But that's not a good reason to marry somebody.
You can have a money dance and like, listen, everybody, here's a purse. And I think that they have like a cashier where you could go
like ATM
get dollars or something. Like there's money exchanged at the venue.
I believe that.
So it's like y'all need to give your little donations and then you will get cash so that you could trickle it on your.
And they like I was in a Nigerian wedding and I remember my friend's aunt was on the dance floor. She wasn't dancing. Okay. She was just standing on the dance floor in the middle with a purse full of money and just it was like bottomless. I was trying to make friends with her so bad. I was like, "Hi, auntie." I wanted to invite her to my wedding because she bottomless. She gave at least $1,000.
Exactly, that's what you do.
But our people don't be doing that
because we need to be coming off those pockets because we need to be helping our communities.
I agree.
Giving money,
help build families, with the money dance.
Exactly, because you can't start a marriage with no money.
You need the especially that wedding was expensive.
Exactly.
Like whatever gift you gave me canceled out. Because I paid for your plate. Like the plates are like $50, $50,
$60.
And you give me a $50 check. What you pay for your meal?
Exactly.
So at least tip. At least give the bride and groom $100. At least let them come up $50 because they paid $50 for your meal. Period.
Exactly. That should be a rule of thumb.
Don't be giving no $25 check.
Okay.
Speaking of more money, we want to talk about some things that we've been noticing in culture and how business decisions are made.
Yes.
Based on money.
Right.
So, I mean, we don't know for this one. So we're talking about Kendrick and Lil Wayne.
Right.
Or Kendrick Kendrick is verse everybody this year.
Well, Kendrick is on his own. He did what he needed to do with Drake and said, okay, I'm going to sit you down. And now let's go ahead and let's get this money for his own label. So he has PG Lang. So this whole thing is like the stamp for his own label, his own brand, because he's come off Top Dog Entertainment.
So, I mean, the controversy is Super Bowl 25 is in New Orleans.
Right.
Lil Wayne is from New Orleans. Correct. He's like a legend of New Orleans. Yes. So he assumed, like, I'm going to read y'all a quote. Like, he literally on social media expressed interest online in February saying he hasn't received a call yet, but he said, I hope we're all praying, keeping our fingers crossed. So he just knew they're going to ask him.
Right.
And then last Friday or whatever this Friday was, nope, they announced, they didn't even call him, which they don't have to call him.
Right.
But they announced that they was going to Kendrick and he's feeling away. Like he said, it really hurt him.
He did. It did hurt him. He said, I really admire that he got on the internet and as a man, a black man, and was vulnerable.
Yeah.
And he had he made some really good points about like how he basically made up in his head that he was going to get this. And then you start to think about how you're going to do it and then what it's going to be like. And so that broke him.
Yeah.
And I feel like he said he took him a minute to be able to make the video without breaking it. Relatable. And it's like, he wanted it to do it so bad, but there was no confirmation. It was like nothing. Nobody owed that to him.
He just thought it was his.
He just thought it was his. He had, I guess there was a level of entitlement there. But also it's like you feel like you work so hard for something, like you deserve it. Something.
Yeah.
And you deserve it. So I can understand why he felt that way.
Yeah. And I also appreciate even in his comments, he didn't bash Kendrick for getting it.
No.
It was just more about how he felt.
And he didn't blame anybody else because I know for damn sure this is Drake's fault.
Oh my goodness.
This is Drake's
Everything
fault.
is Drake's fault.
Everything is Drake's fault in 2024. Let me tell you why.
And go ahead.
So the reason why this is Drake's fault is because I believe, well, it's two things. If Drake hadn't have got his ass whooped in that beef and with his whole now his whole name has a stain on it, then I think that he would have, because it would have been Wayne and his crew. You know what I'm saying?
So it's indirectly Drake's fault.
It's indirect. Like Drake, you ain't gonna bring Drake to the Super Bowl, and then if you get invited to the Super Bowl and you do a thing and Drake is not there, it's gonna be like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I feel like Drake did that to him.
And I also wonder at the Super Bowl, because I mean, I researched how they make these decisions. It's not a Jay-Z decision. Everyone thought, oh, Jay-Z's on the board.
I think it is Jay-Z's decision.
It's not. It's not his decision. They're saying that he's a part of putting together a list of artists. He's on a board. It's not just Jay-Z. He's not the deciding factor on the Super Bowl. But at the end of the day, the city makes a decision. New Orleans makes a decision.
That's all the technicalities of it all. But when Rock Nation started taking over this, it's like I'm rooting for everybody black type of thing.
Yeah,
everybody that's come on is black. Everybody, it's like he clearly has a heavy hand in the decision.
Yeah,
making.
I mean, but they're also saying that even if he has a heavy hand, his hand comes in more in the production of the show than fully in the decision of the artist.
I don't think it's a full decision. I think it's like 80-20 though. I think he probably has a heavier say in things because he's the one who's producing the halftime show now.
I mean, I think they're definitely trying to get bucks off of the Kendrick high right now. They're probably like, we're going to get more views. He just did that concert at the Rose. What's the name of it? Where Kendrick's concert was.
Oh, why am I forgetting this?
Was it Hollywood Bowl?
No, it was. Where was it? It's in LA. I'm free. It's
not the Staples Center or the.
No.
Where was that? Forum.
The Forum. I was about to say Coliseum. It's the Forum.
And that was huge. So he's still on the high.
This year. This is Kendrick's. Like, I'm coming out strong, and I'm coming out with my own stuff.
Yeah.
My own brand, my own, everything. And the thing about this whole performance is that he's the first rapper to ever headline the Super Bowl. And so I think as far from what I believe about Jay-Z, he wants it to be something of substance. Yeah. And Kendrick is going to come with a message. And Kendrick is going to come with a very artistic approach.
Yeah, I mean, but Lil Wayne has, I mean, I'm not a huge fan of him. I know a handful of songs, but him as a person, I know he's a lyrical genius up there with Kendrick. He just hasn't done music in a while.
I'm not going to...
It's been a while since he had any new music.
It has been a while since he has new music, but I believe that the thing that Kendrick represents is probably the best representation of a rap artist in the entire industry, and is whoever is earned the right or deserve the right to be the first rap artist to do that is Kendrick.
Well, Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg and all them did something.
They didn't headline though, I don't think.
Yeah, remember Dr. Dre, and it was like Dr. Dre was
there, Snoop Dogg, Eminem, 50 Cent, but I don't think it was all of them, but they didn't. It's not like the single headliner.
I understand. Well, we'll see. I know people are feeling like Lil Wayne was snubbed and like it's not being true to the essence of the city.
I mean, you could say that, but here's what I think. It's been in New Orleans, I think 11 times, the Super Bowl.
Has it? Oh.
Yeah. So it's like, this is the first time where I feel Black people have had an equal opportunity at this stage. And the fact that it's in New Orleans at this juncture and he's not there, I think there's an uproar. Yeah. I think that the fact that they chose a rap artist that is not from New Orleans to do this show is also a part of it. But it's not the fact that it's in New Orleans, because he could have did it multiple times before this.
Yeah. Well, that's true. It could have been, yeah. So I don't know why he thought this Super Bowl over the other ones.
I think probably because everything's Black, and it's like, well, it's going to be New Orleans. Everything's Black. It's my turn. But Drake messed that up for you.
Oh my God.
You're not going to blame Drake. You're not going to blame Drake, and you shouldn't. But if Drake hadn't got whooped, then this probably would have been a problem. And also, Nicki Minaj is out here doing some other stuff. So,
well, I hope they give Lil Wayne a little hug.
I know. Well, he said that people's words are like arms, so like he does feel like
he feels hugged. Okay, good. But I do think at the end of the day, I think it was a money decision. I think they're like, who's going to bring more views?
That's true.
Who's going to bring more people? Who's going to bring more publicity? Who's going to bring more hype? And right now, it's Kendrick.
I agree with that. I also, like I said, I think that Jay-Z would like a man of substance there, and Kendrick is coming this year with a very strong message. Have you heard his new song?
No.
Watch the Party Die?
No. It's good. You probably already know the words.
No, I don't. It's
next week she will, yeah.
It's a song it's basically about the insidious nature of music and hip hop culture right now, and how he's like, he's ready for all of it to be like washed clean, like burn it down and build it up. So
okay, I'm gonna purposely go tune in to Kendrick's new song. I'll let y'all know next week how I feel about it. I might pick up some tips from my diss track. But the next topic we want to talk about is more about money, but podcast drama.
Now, there's been a lot of podcast drama lately.
There has.
Podcasts have had like a whole like boom in the past few years.
Probably since pandemic.
Yeah, since the pandemic, it's been popular. It started getting popular like 10 years ago. Well, it started like, I think, really getting its legs 10 years ago. It's gradually increased, but once the pandemic hit, like everybody and their mom have podcasts, but then you're starting to see a lot of breaks from those things that happened in 2020. So this Call Me Daddy podcast with Alex Cooper and Sophia, I believe.
Yeah.
Their last name. But they had a falling out. But this Alex girl, she kept on and she got a multi-million-dollar deal. Multi-million.
And so from what I did research about them, they were friends.
Right.
I think during the pandemic, they're friends. They're like, let's just do a podcast. It started really organic, really. Neither of them were like, we're going to get rich off of this. They're just like, we like to talk. Let's just do this. And
they talk about relationships.
Yeah. And it just worked out. And then from what I heard, one of the girls, not Alex, Sophia, her boyfriend or boo thing was in the mix of, he's a big dealer or mover. Oh, before that, they got signed for their podcast. They got signed by a label or some sort for their podcast. They don't own it because of this label deal, but they will own it in a few years.
Gouging them.
Yeah. So Sophia's little boo daddy was like making little backside deals with her friend. Is that right?
No. Alex was making backside deals with the guy who was over the agency.
I thought that was somebody's boo daddy, that guy.
No, the boo daddy was Sophia's, and
telling her not to take the deal.
He was like influencing her decision.
Oh,
that's how that happened.
Okay, so Alex was making side deals, and Alex wanted to move their brand somewhere else, but she wanted to wait out the time, right? So then they own it; they own the rights,
right? So Sophia. So here's the thing: Alex and Sophia were presented with the deal with I believe it was, I don't think it was Spotify. This might have been Spotify at the time, but they were basically like, sign this deal and we'll have exclusive rights to any alcohol branding that's on the platform in perpetuity. And but you could stay on this deal, and then in a year's time you get your rights,
your ownership
to your content. And so Sophia was like, I don't think that you should have anything in perpetuity, because if our alcohol brand blows up, then we don't get a piece of it, which is crazy because it's our thing. We're promoting it. And then I think she wanted to have rights to their things, their ownership sooner. So Alex, on the other hand, I guess she was already making some side deals, and she said that she did. I don't think, from what I read, it didn't seem like there was a lot of talk in between them. So when Sophia was like, I'm backing out the deal, she thought Alex was going to come with her. Find out Alex stayed, and then shortly after, a couple months after, she ends up getting a $60 million
with Cyrus Radio
with Spotify. Oh wait, that's at first with Spotify.
Okay, Spotify too. Yeah.
Yes, that's when they broke up. And now in 2025, she's committed to work with Sirius for the next 3 years for $125 million.
And so it's one of those things where I feel like in the situation, yes, Alex backbit her friend for the dollar. That's a lot of dollars. That's a lot of dollars.
So it's like, it's life-changing dollars. I wonder if Alex knew about this. She had to have known about the $60 million deal before Sophia backed out of the original, because Sophia wasn't a part of that deal. That $60 million. I don't think she knew about it at first. At least that's the way the reports say.
Because that's life-changing money.
I mean, $1 million is life-changing money.
Yeah, but like $60 million, that's like legacy money. Yes. Right? So not that I understand Alex doing, because you shouldn't do that to anyone, but I understand her being like, oh, you want to leave? Like, you can't expect me to leave because you want to leave.
So me and Robert had a conversation about this, because it's like, would you... for someone to own you outright, basically, and you just get this money up front, do you take that, or do you fight for the ownership? And so this is the back and forth, I think, with Sophia and Alex, where she's like, I don't want anybody to own me, and I'm thinking that her and her partner were on the same page. What would you do?
Well, I think it depends, because even when we think about business, you always should have an exit plan. You always make the most money when you sell your business. That's when you make the most money. And so I think Alex was thinking more business. Like they were going to own the brand Call Me Daddy. They don't own Alex. They don't own Sophia. You guys are the talent. So if they want to buy Call Me Daddy and some t-shirts and some drink for $60 million, do it. And then I'll start another podcast because I'm the brand. Right. So I don't think she was thinking that far out. And there was a timeline. The only thing they're going to be owning forever was the alcohol, the name, and the alcohol, apparel. What was it?
Well, I don't know. I don't remember if it was the apparel. Was it?
So they're going to own some sell stuff right out, right? Even if I bought an alcohol, started an alcohol brand, $60 million is success.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like, you can't milk a cow forever. Right. So I would take that $60 million and then build 90 other podcasts or 90 other businesses or start my own. I don't think Sophia was she was honestly maybe being greedier than Alex. Okay. Because she was probably thinking, we can get more. We're the name. We're not going to let them have the alcohol. I want more money. $60 million is a lot of money. Yeah. So if anything, I think she was being greedier, and they're probably both going to lose out because she didn't get that. You know what I mean? Let them own that. Start a new brand. You're the talent. Like, businesses sell all the time. Makeup brands sell the whole brand all the time. Miael, the hair products. Yeah. It's controversy on them right now because they sold to Procter & Gamble. Okay. She got heck of money. Okay.
It was Miael. It's
Miael. I don't know how to say it. Mielle.
Yeah. Okay? Yeah. I have their products.
She sold the name, everything to Procter & Gamble for a lot of money. Yeah. That's the whole point of building a brand, is the exit plan.
In some cases, some things you may want to hold on to, but I guess that's the thing. You have to have that established in partnership ahead of time, or when you know that you're starting to pick up a little success, start having those conversations about how do we want to manage this as a business.
Yeah. Now, I do think if they weren't communicating, like if Alex wasn't telling, the side back deals is where I think
that's
shady.
The problem where it's like, Alex, like, did you want to just have it all to yourself?
Right. That part I think is shady.
Yeah, because it's like you could have been like, say this, we were in these shoes and somebody trying to come to me with some side deals. I'm like, this is my friend. We started this together. Yeah. I'm going to be like, girl, now listen, I know you have a different idea, but this is what is happening right now. This is what I think we should do to at least if you're going to split, you split with everybody knowing what's going on.
Yeah. I don't, her doing the side deals, Sophia if Alex came to her and said, hey, they're offering us this, it's this much money. I want to take the deal. What do you want to do? I'm going to say yes to the deal. And if Sophia's just like, no, I don't want to do it. Okay, well then she made a decision to separate. But if it was more of Alex just kind of did her own thing and then Sophia didn't know, she thought we were both leaving, she thought it was a united front and it wasn't, that's shady business. So yeah, I don't know. But at the end of the day, money changes people. And so you have to be sure that whoever you're working with has good character and that they're afraid of God. At the end of the day, they need to have a fear of God.
Fear of God, exactly. Because it's like, if I do you wrong, you don't strike me down.
Right. Like that's really,
or like the reap what you sow is real. It's like
100%
in
real.
general. So I don't want to wish nothing bad on Alex, but it's like basically that principle is universal.
It is.
So
it is. It's not just a crazy for believers.
Doing folks dirty, like you think it's not gonna come back on you.
And if it don't come back on you,
happening to Diddy right now.
Listen, he had a whole amazing year before this broke. Okay, he thought he was on top of the world and down the next year. So
I mean, people just siphoning $100 million after $100 million.
I feel like I wish I had met him. I would put my little lawsuit in.
But excuse me, so you can be traumatized?
No, I don't want that level. I want the little light lawsuits that's been going on.
What light ones?
There's been a couple little light ones.
I hear a lot of assault.
No, I don't want the Cassie level. No.
He just got $100 million because he touched somebody's booty, apparently.
See, I can handle that.
Do something change. See? She want to do something strange for a little change.
But that's it, though. Nothing else, okay?
You can touch my booty for $100 million. You talking about me?
I'll pay my tithes on
you
it.
Talking about me? Oh my God. That is hilarious.
But move on to our next subject, where money is the reason behind people's decisions.
Okay.
You don't have to lead this one. I do not know a lot about basketball. I'm going to be honest.
Oh, well, this one isn't necessarily all about money. It is about money, but not in the way like, scandalous. But Carmelo Anthony wants to buy a sports team.
Okay.
And it's preferably basketball. And he was talking about doing it with Dwayne Wade and LeBron James.
Okay.
I can't find where my cue card is on this. There it is. Okay. So it's like it takes a different angle on the financial ambition. So we have Alex and Sophia. They were on two
different pages
when it comes to financial ambition. You have this the Super Bowl. They have a different approach for the financial ambition.
Yeah.
Just a little tidbit. We were going to talk about the Chase glitch thing.
Oh yeah.
That financial ambition was ratchet.
Oh my!
Just ratchet.
My thing about the Chase, before we go back to the basketball, the Chase glitch. If y'all don't know, Google it because you're gonna laugh. They thought it was a glitch, but it really was just how banking works.
I'm like, you guys. It's just regular. Like, that's how old were y'all? Because So growing up, and even though I rarely use checks, I learned how to write a check. I also worked at a credit union for a little bit. But I also feel like this is common sense.
It's not some glitch.
Why would you write a check on with your own routing and account number, your name,
to yourself,
to yourself? No person, nobody writes checks to themselves. Deposit it in your bank with your social security number attached to that account.
Your address.
Add hundreds of thousands of dollars on a check. And then take out a portion of it.
This is what happened.
There's nothing about that makes any sense.
This is like what the blind leading the blind or Boo Boo the Fool got a crew. Somebody didn't know and was like, oh my God, I put a check in and they gave me money. Told everybody else and now it's a glitch. It wasn't a glitch. That's how it works. When I was in undergrad, when I was Boo Boo the Fool. I was trying I was trying to sell a textbook on like Facebook or Craigslist. It was Craigslist. Freshman year, 2007. I was trying to sell a textbook. This guy messages me. He's like, "Oh, I'm abroad, but I'm starting a charter school. I want to buy your textbook for $50 or something like that." And I was like, "Bet, that's a lot of money, right?" Because I thought it was a lot of money. So he's like, "Oh, I'm going to send you a check from the charter, from the business." I said, "No problem." I give this man my address. Boo Boo the Fool, step number 1. Okay. He sends me the check to my dorm, and the check is for like $1,000. Okay, not $50. So I emailed him. I'm like, "Hey, you sent me a check for too much. This is way too much. It's just supposed to be $50. Like, it's not the books I kind of wrote in it. Like, it's not that great of a book." So he was just like, "Oh man, it will take too long to mail you a new check. It will take too long to cancel that check and write another one. Just take it to the bank. When it clears, just wire me the difference." Hearing it now, I'm like, "What were you thinking?" But he was like, I know it's a lot of steps. I'll pay you $100 for the book instead of $50. So I was like, "Oh, I just made $100 off this book." So I go to the bank. I put the check in the bank. 2 days later, it clears. The money's in my account. I was like, "Oh, it's a good check." Take the money out. I go to a wire place.
You took that whole 1,000 out?
No, I took 900 out because he told me to keep 100.
Okay.
So I took 900 out. Cash, went to the wire place, which I've never been in a wire place before. And there was a black lady teller. And I'm giving her where it was going. It was going somewhere in the United Kingdom, like not even in the US. And she stops me. She goes,
"Baby."
Pretty much. She was like, "Do you know this? Do you know these people?" And I said, and I told her the story. "Oh, I'm telling a book." She was like, "Wait until the 7th day since you deposited. On the 7th day, it would have gone through fraud. And if the check is good, it will be fully cleared by the 7th day. If it's not good, by the 7th day, it will be rejected." So I was like, "Okay." So I emailed the guy and said, "Hey, I just deposited the check 2 days ago. I'm going to wait till the 7th day because then it will have cleared the fraud department." He gets angry with me in email. "You're trying to steal my money." He starts like angry. I'm scared. I'm like, "Oh my God, he has my address." 7th day, that check bounced. And I had negative $900 in my account. So I put the cash back. But if that lady
held on to the cash?
I did.
Like just in case.
Just in case.
Why did you?
I did. I did.
It's like just in case it clears, I'll be ready.
Just in case. And so I remember thinking like, man, I would have been negative $900. So when I emailed him, the check bounced. He just went. I never heard from him.
Went ghosted you. So I had a scenario where somebody had texted my business phone. This was early on in my business. And they were like, "Okay, I want to hire you to design my house, but I'm moving. I want it to be designed before I move there.
Okay.
I want you to come up. I want you to go look at the house." I sent pictures.
Okay.
"This is the house. I want you to design it and all that stuff." And I was like, "Okay, I can give you a quote." Before I could give them a quote, they were like, "I'm mailing you a check." And they sent me a picture of the check and all that stuff. It was like, I forgot how much it was. It was like a couple $1,000s. And I said, "I haven't even given you a quote yet."
Yeah.
And then something else was going on. And I said, we were going back and forth on email. I was like trying to ask questions, trying to get more information. Like, when are you moving? When do I need to go see the house? And they were like, "Well, I'm going to give you this much, but you for the design. And then I'm also you can even meet the movers there. And then give the movers this money, and then so you could just take your portion and then give the movers this money," type of thing. And I said, something didn't feel right about it.
Right.
So I called my banker and I said, "What do you think about this?" He was like, "That's a scam."
Yeah.
I said, I felt like it. I wasn't going to do it. I just wanted to confirm.
Uneasy.
I was like, damn it, this was going to be a couple $1,000s.
Yeah. So listen, at the end of the day, money, just getting large chunks of money for free is a scam.
Right.
Okay?
If
there's a catch.
Listen, I've gotten a large chunk of money. And you want to know how long it took me? Months. It took like 6 months to get an SBA loan. It took hella paperwork. If someone's going to give you a lot of money, it's going to come with a mountain of paperwork.
Checks and balances and
exactly. So if you ain't filling out about 15 sheets of paper, you ain't getting that money.
So that Chase glitch got a lot of people in trouble because they were trying to get rich off some dollars. Mm-hmm. Don't do strange things for some change.
Exactly. That was a strange thing for
like even the PPP loan thing back during the pandemic.
Oh my God.
And the funny thing is, I had a small business at the time, but I wasn't functioning it. Like it was active, but I wasn't doing anything with it. I had 4 different people tell me like, you need to go apply for this PPP loan. And I was like, well, I'm not really functioning. They're like, it doesn't matter. They're giving out $10,000, $20,000. And I was like, I just didn't do it. I had
a functioning business and I got denied a PPP loan.
Well, they were telling me this one, I even knew one of my friends had a friend who was helping people fill it out to get approved. And she had gotten like 5 people approved. She probably in jail too. Shoot, I didn't think about that.
Was it wrong though? Did they have businesses?
I don't know if they got, I don't know. But she messaged me. She's like, my friend can help you get approved. That was the messaging.
Like, first of all, that was a scammer's heyday. They were like, they were like, I don't even have to put my name on the scam. Right? I can just help y'all get
and you pay me a little bit.
A cut. Exactly.
So she's probably fine, but I don't know about her clients. But I know it was 4 companies that literally had payroll that they couldn't pay, and staff and people who weren't work. That's what it was for. So I was telling her, I haven't functioned this business and. Like, I don't have employees. Like, I'm not. She's like, it's okay. You can just put your parents down as employees. And she's like, she'll help you get approved. And I just didn't do it because I just don't like stealing. You reap that. But we see a lot of people literally went to prison, like federal prison.
Yes.
Over PPP loans.
First of all, you ain't never going to steal money from the government and they ain't going to know. And they going to come and get you. I'm never not implicate myself. Never mind. I'll leave that story for behind the scenes.
But the moral of the story is, if it's a Super Bowl, if it's your podcast, if it's buying something, being on the same page with anyone when it comes to money is huge. Not trying to be a scammer to get $1.
Right.
Just work hard. Like people just want to skip to success. Like the quickest way, like microwave success. Your food doesn't have nutrients. Okay, when you microwave it, it don't got nutrients. Like do it the right way, so it can be like a healthy something. It can be something that's sustainable. Right. You know.
One thing I want to take from the Carmelo Anthony find an NBA team, like going into, I think healthy money decisions, large money decisions are good in partnerships. So that's something I really,
that's good.
Going from so there was a partnership that had the bad money decision. There were individuals making stupid money decisions. And then what Carmelo Anthony's trying to do, I think is going to be a smart money decision.
Yeah, he's picking good people. I mean, LeBron for sure.
Right.
Like
LeBron James.
He's picking people who can stand by making this successful. Like if their names being on anything, it's going to, you know what I mean? So he's making a wise decision. But, I think at the end of the day, everyone should subscribe.
Yes. We're not done.
Oh, we're not done?
We got things I wish I knew.
Oh, I forgot, y'all. Oh, my goodness. Things we wish we knew. You need to know that. Okay. Go ahead, Leonie.
So I have, instead of something I wish I knew, it's something I will remember. Stay focused on my financial goals and don't get derailed by shiny new opportunities. Stay true to my focus and build money responsibly and think long term.
That's good. Mine is, I'm not going to pretend that I don't need no dollars. And it would make life easier, but it does not buy happiness. So be careful when you focus on money more than happiness and your future.
Yes.
Because you need both to really be successful. So remember that. And then remember to subscribe. Follow us, subscribe, like us, comment, tell a friend. Do all the things because we love y'all. We're holding in here, trying to be consistent with y'all. So be consistent with us.
Yes.
We love you.
And this is a really short episode. So maybe we'll put it 2 out at a time or just.
Maybe we'll see what we can do.
All right. Bye.
Bye, y'all.